Once you defeat your first Syndicate tower in Palworld, you'll gain access to a number of crafting blueprints that require ancient technology parts. These parts are vital for helping you build more advanced machinery and equipment, but they can be pretty hard to find. The most reliable way to find these parts is to encounter special pals. These can be the large glowing pals, known as Lucky Pals, or boss pals that have a red skull icon next to their health bar. Confronting boss pals is by far the most reliable and repeatable method for gaining technology parts, as there are multiple ways to find one of these boss pals, and they'll drop 1 to 3 parts each time you capture or defeat them. Cave dungeons each have a boss pal at the end of them, along with different pals and rewards to find along the way. The dungeons can be quite winding and time-consuming, but if you mark where cave entrances are on your map, or use the interactive map that we have in our Palworld guide, you can rotate between different cave dungeons fairly regularly. You just won't be able to repeat a dungeon immediately, as there is a cooldown. An even faster way to gain parts is to tackle boss encounters in the overworld. As you explore the world, certain pals will be marked on your map with their own icon. These are boss pal encounters that you can approach more regularly than dungeons, as it takes as little as 15 or 20 minutes for these bosses to respawn. They'll drop the same amount of parts with each capture or defeat, and a number of them are quite close to fast travel locations in the starting islands. We recommend prioritizing these bosses for acquiring parts, and you can consider cave dungeons as a reprieve if you want to catch other pals while you gather. Finally, you can also gain parts by encountering Lucky Pals. Lucky Pals show up randomly throughout the world, and you can locate them by their white glowing aura, as well as this sound cue that plays when you are close. You may be able to spot Lucky Pals from the tops of Syndicate towers, which are made available after defeating the Syndicate boss inside. Any glowing areas nearby are likely to be Lucky Pals, so glide down there and investigate. Lucky Pals make great party members or settlement workers due to their lucky statistic, and catching or defeating a Lucky Pal usually rewards you with 1 or 2 ancient technology parts. Because these pals appear so rarely though, relying on them for acquiring parts is much slower than encountering boss pals. Armed with your new collection of ancient parts, you'll be condensing pals and grappling up mountains in no time. For more on Palworld, check out our early access review of the game, or our growing guide for more tips, tricks, and a complete pal deck. For everything else gaming, stick with IGN.